Hello, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. This is your tarot and oracle reading for the week ahead whenever you're finding this. If you're watching along as I post because you're subscribed, this is for the week of October 21st through the 27th, 2024. And before we begin, I just want to give a massive shout out to Keith, Frank, Yvette, and Thomas for leaving amazing donations to the channel. All donations go back into the channel in the form of filming equipment, editing software, cards, and things like that. And recently I've been running into some pretty big expenses, and your donations have helped so much. I just wanted to express my gratitude for that. If any of you are interested in donating, the information on how to do that is in the description box, okay? So, Aries, let's dive straight into it. You have message in a bottle, and it did kind of come out in this inverted position here. So there may be either like some form of affection or messages that you thought would come through by now, like news on something positive that you thought would come through by now that have not really come through yet. I would recommend not waiting by the phone, being in that energy. I think of like those old like movies from the 80s where the girl's all dolled up, she has a date or she's going to the prom or something, and the boy never shows up, never calls, and she's just waiting by the phone. That's the sort of energy that I feel like you might be in right now, but it doesn't have to be so literal. Like, you might not literally be waiting for someone to contact you. I mean, some of you that may be the case, but for others of you, it could be like waiting for a certain manifestation to arrive from the universe, or waiting for some sort of big news or development, waiting for my soulmate, waiting for my promotion, my big break. And being in the energy, the state of energy of waiting is so bad. And I'm speaking from personal experience, as well as like this has been a message that's been coming through in the collective for quite a bit now for some people, and it's just so bad because when you are waiting for something to happen, it's similar to the energy of chasing something, where it kind of repulses and repels the thing that you want, because you're in the state of energy of waiting. The universe has no choice but to reflect back to you the energy of waiting, aka like not bringing you the thing that you want. So what I would recommend doing, instead of like waiting by the phone or waiting for your manifestation, start taking action in your life, going out or doing something, even if you're staying in, like doing something that's fulfilling, instead of waiting for a promotion, start networking, start applying for other jobs, start like literally ask your boss for a promotion. You know what I mean? It's like take actions that will help you lead up to that. Or if you're waiting for your business to take off and it's just not, focus your energy on other projects related to your business, other like forms of marketing or ways in which you can offer value to your customers, instead of waiting, do a lot more doing. We have the 6 of water coming out upright. There's a sense of love and nostalgia for family, friends, people from your past. There is a sense of warmth that you have towards the past and feeling really loved and connected to your community, the people around you. There's a sense of gratitude there, which is really, really beautiful. We have the Hanged Man in reverse, which again is like probably out of all of the tarot cards, getting the Hanged Man in the reverse position is such an indication of like letting yourself become a martyr by waiting for someone to change, waiting for a big goal to come in. Stop waiting, start doing. I can't say it enough. If somebody needs space from you, they're not giving you the time of day, for example, okay, hang out with your other friends, talk to them, go do fun things without that person who needs space. Give them the space they want. And, if you're feeling sad about that, preoccupy yourself with other things, distract yourself from the feeling of just desiring this person relentlessly and not wanting to give them space. And I know that sounds like it might not be good advice, but I promise you it is, because when you're off busy living your own life and having the time of your life and not wasting a drop of life, it puts you into this state of abundance. It puts you into this state of gratitude for life itself. Life wants to be appreciated. When you can appreciate life and you live it to the fullest, even if you're not in the best mood initially because you are wanting something, I promise you more and more prosperous and abundant opportunities will come your way because life sees that you are appreciating it. And also you are your most attractive when you appreciate life to the fullest, regardless of whether or not someone or something, a goal, wants you. You're saying that doesn't affect me. You don't want me? That's your loss, not mine. I'm going to go to the places and the people who do want me, who do want to spend time with me, and I'm going to pour energy into them. And if they're pouring energy back into me, that's fantastic as well. You know, you're no longer waiting and waiting and waiting. We have the Three of Water. We keep coming onto these cards about like spending time with friends, family, community, and really having so much happiness and fun doing that. This is a week, Aries, where I would spend lots of times with friends, with loved ones, you know, really pour into your community and the people around you. It feels really blessed. It feels really beautiful. We have the Four of Air coming out. Okay. Rest. Getting enough sleep. Stretching. I'm seeing self-care things here like yoga or I don't know, like massage therapy or like ice baths or like hot baths or things like that, you know, saunas. I don't know why that form of self-care, that like physical form of self-care is coming out very strongly here. We have Judgment in reverse coming out. It's called Call in this deck. Wow. Making the decision here to release, to let go of someone or something that has you in this state of suspension. Wow. Big decision, Aries. You are letting go of the era of your life where you are waiting for your dreams to come true, waiting for your soulmate to come in. You're no longer waiting. That's what you're releasing. That's what you're letting go of. And anyone or anything in your life that makes you feel like you're constantly waiting for them to change, you're making the decision, you know what, maybe I just don't like you for who you are if I'm waiting for you to change so much, you know? So you're releasing, you're letting go. And like I said, you are focusing your time and energy on the projects, the ideas, the people, the work that loves you, that is already showing up for you, that is already here for you. And that's what makes you happy. No more waiting for your happiness when happiness is already available to you in every given present moment. It does not matter what your life circumstances are, abundance is always available to you. It doesn't matter if you're homeless on the streets. It doesn't matter if you live in a mansion. You know, abundance is always available to you because each and every location on this planet, each and every life circumstance you can find yourself in, no matter how devastating or magnificent it is, there are always going to be pros and cons of being in that exact predicament. And if you can find a way to acknowledge both the pros and cons and balance yourself at this state of peace and neutrality and use your conscious mind to focus on the good in it, that will put you into the flow of abundance. So for example, the example I always like to use is like being in poverty. You know, let's just say you have no money. You have to live in like a group living situation with a bunch of roommates and you hate living with roommates. You know, one doesn't clean up after themselves. The other one, you know, has a weird boyfriend or whatever, you know, and it's like you don't like it. However, there are pros to that situation. You know, rent may be very low for you. You can be more risky with your job, with your income and what you choose to do. You know, you may really actually enjoy certain moments of that living situation, like when you're all dancing in the kitchen or sitting on the porch talking. You know, those are moments that you will never get again once you finally get yourself out of this life circumstance. You know, when you buy your own house and you're living on your own, you may not have those moments again. And as much as you're trying to run away from those moments right now in the present moment, you're not fully appreciating the present moment when you don't realize that, you know, time is temporary and that experience is beautiful, even in its messiness. You know, there are pros and cons to everything. And I don't know why Jeffree Star just came to my mind, but he's a perfect example of this because he bought a massive mansion in LA. And he told his viewers very openly, like, I was extremely lonely. You know, he was living in this magnificent place, so expensive, so insane, but he was alone. You know, all of what he worked up to buy and get for himself, it did not make him happy. And again, it's like there are obviously a lot of pros to being in his position in life during that time of his life. But there's also a lot of cons. It does not matter what your circumstance is. Like there will always be pros and cons to life. And you're making the judgment call to release anything that in this present moment is a con. And there are no pros and you're waiting for it to improve. And you're starting to see what is great for you in this present moment, even if you don't necessarily want that long term, you know? Like you may hate your roommate, but there are pros to having that roommate, and you are choosing to focus on those pros until the situation can change. So we have the Page of Air coming out in reverse as your final card out, cutting communication, cutting ties, making the judgment call to release, relinquish, and no longer speak to or move forward with a certain person or job or location or direction or something like that, okay? You know, it felt too blocked for too long. It wasn't giving enough, so you're letting go, all right? Thank you guys so much for joining me. Definitely watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs to get the fullest overview of this week ahead. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe to the channel if you've not already. We need to humble the Capricorns. They are like 90% of my audience. And they know it, and they're getting cocky over there. So if you are not a Capricorn, I need you to subscribe right now to humble them, okay? I tried telling them I'm not just going to focus on just Capricorn because there are other signs. And I know at times it feels very lopsided, but we need to prove to these Capricorns that y'all exist and y'all want me to keep posting videos for you, okay? So make sure you're subscribed to do that. If you want to humble an earth sign today, hit that subscribe button. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my intention oils there and my shamanic life coaching sessions there, so check it out. I also just released my online tarot reading course this month, and I'm absolutely looking for new students. You know, it's kind of hard to find students. This is the first course I've made, and I don't know, I want more students. So please look into that if you're interested in learning tarot and becoming a confident reader. I cover everything I know about tarot. You'll get a deep understanding of each card meaning, both upright and in reverse. And I walk you through how to become a very, very confident reader, both in yourself as well as reading for others, and even reading for strangers, which may sound scary if you've never done it before, but I promise you, like, that lack of confidence only comes from a lack of experience and a lack of understanding. So in this course, I give you that understanding and that experience that will help you deliver crazy accurate messages to complete strangers, tapping into your own mediumship and psychic abilities. Even if that seems outside of the scope of your capabilities right now, I will get you to a place where you can do that confidently. And I also go over how to start your own tarot reading or spiritual business or platform. So if that's something that may intrigue you in your life, I highly recommend getting that course. There are many, many, many hours of video lessons as well as written lessons, journaling prompts, exercises, and things like that, alongside a community of people learning alongside you. If you want to participate in that, you don't have to, of course. It's learn at your own pace. There's no start or stop date. You can take as long as you want. You'll always have access to the course, and if I ever update it in the future, you will have access to those updates. So definitely go check that out, okay? Thank you guys. Bye-bye.